Coming to you live with all the sports action from around the UP. Welcome to Friday Night Frenzy.
Gotta love that new opening. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Friday Night Frenzy. I'm Jerry Taylor. We will begin the frenzy with a matchup of two of the top teams in a Little 5 poll. Number 1, Forest Park, traveled to number 3, North Central, to take on a Jets in a matchup of undefeated teams. No score after the first quarter. Let's jump ahead to the second. From the 11, Lee Graff for Forest Park takes the handoff, fights his way through a few tackles, and he would score. 2-point conversion good, 8-0 Forest Park. On the ensuing drive for North Central, Rob Granquist goes to the air. Check out this grab by Travis Vincent. Oh my! A one-handed grab there by Travis, but the Jets could not score on that drive. Forest Park, though, had the ball once again on 1st and 10 from the 42. Michael Wagner takes the pitch to the near side, gets a great block from Raymond Tomasic, and Wagner would have reservations for 6. That made it 14-0 Trojans, and Forest Park would remain undefeated tonight with a 35-8 win. Lee Graff had 163 yards on the ground on 24 carries and 2 touchdowns for the Trojans. Forest Park is now 5-0 to start the season. They have a big game at home next week against North Dickinson. It's homecoming in Crystal Falls. On the scoreboards, the Wycons are now 5-0 after a 41-12 win over Houghton. Hancock stopped Calumet 4 times on the 1-yard line late in the game to hold on for the 8-0 victory. It was the Bulldogs' first win over Calumet since 2001. Jimmy Veeker had 3 touchdowns as Lance shuts out Baraga, and Lakeland Hubble wins big 48-6 at Ontonagon. Back to the highlights we go in Harris. North Dickinson took on the Broncos in a conference matchup. In the third quarter, the Nordics were up 15-8. Matt Schultz takes the handoff at the 11-yard line, and he would power his way into the end zone for the score, giving North Dickinson a 23-8 lead. Let's go to the fourth. Park River Harris looking for any kind of offense. Jordan Sodergren throws it downfield and 4th down. Curtis LeBady, had his hands on it, but couldn't make the catch. On the ensuing ND drive, Schultz off the misdirection handoff, a staple in the Nordics playbook, I might add, would go home for the touchdown. 70 yards in all by Schultz made it 30-8 North Dickinson. Park River Harris needed points, and it needed them in a hurry. Sodergren would go to the air again, and this time his pass would be caught, but by a Nordics defender. Jordan O'Neill, in fact, it was. And North Dickinson would go on to win the game 33-8. The Nordics are 5-0. In Newberry, Stevenson gets the 35-8 road victory, and Munising played another tight ball game this evening, and they would win it as the Mustangs conquer Manistee 26-21. Back to the highlights in Marquette. The Redmen celebrated homecoming against the Braves, and I'm waiting for that one to come up. It's coming. Trust me on that one. The Marquette highlight is on its way. There she is. Like I said, it was homecoming at Marquette. They took on the Gladstone Braves. But the Braves didn't care. It was homecoming. They were out to spoil the party. On the first drive of the game, Sam Pouliot connects with his buddy Riley Ballard across the middle, and Ballard goes the distance. 70 yards for the score. 2-point conversion good. 8-0 Gladstone. The Redmen would respond, though, in a hurry. Brett Beauchamp takes the handoff and follows his blockers to the right, and that was a great decision because Beauchamp would run for a while. 40 yards, in fact, before he was taken down in a nice touchdown-saving tackle. Marquette would score a touchdown, and they trailed by just 1. Now, Dave LaHillier liked that run from Beauchamp, so he goes right back to it on the 2nd and goal from the 2, but it's Paul Smith with the ball, and he powers his way into the end zone for the score, 14-8 Redmen. Marquette could not be stopped via the run tonight. Smith had 3 rushing TDs in the first half alone. Here's his third, as Marquette rolls to a 63-32 victory over Gladstone. In the matchup of two of the top teams in the state, Menominee takes care of Kingsford. Wow, 42-13. Westwood played Iron Mountain tough tonight, but the Mountaineers get the 28-14 win on homecoming over the Patriots. After a 34-6 loss to Park River Harris last week, Gwynn looked to rebound at home tonight against Negaunee. In the first quarter, Negaunee leading 6-0 and going for 2. Tyler LaJoy couldn't get to the edge, but that's because of great defense right there by Gwynn, as the Model Towners defense stuffs him, but they wouldn't do that for long. Negaunee's pretty good on offense, and they're pretty good on defense as well. On 3rd and short for Gwynn, quarterback Justin Nyquist would be stopped in the backfield, and Gwynn would have to punt. After the punt, here come the Miners. Tyler Windahl this time takes the handoff up the left side, and he would be G-O-N-E gone. 55 yards to the house. That gave the Miners a 18-0 lead. After another Tyler LaJoy touchdown made it 24-0 Negaunee, Ryan Sergila scrambles to his right from the 7-yard line, and he would find the end zone to convert the 2-point score, and Gwynn would spoil homecoming for the Miners, or for the Model Towners, I should say, 41-6. Let's check a couple more of the scores from the Western UP. Gogebic falls at Hurley 30-zip, and Northland Pines continues to roll with a 55-12 win over Ironwood. Superior Central had a tough game this evening at Cedarville. First play from scrimmage in the bright evening sun. The Trojans ain't messing around as they rack up the yards and quickly score. Joe Duncan pitches to Nick Ellis, and he goes the distance 52 yards to pay dirt. The Cougars, Elijah Passinen, had a rough night. Takes a heck of a hit there by Mike Bailey. Still in the first, Ellis back in the punt return for Cedarville, and he fakes everybody out, lets it bounce. No, he'll take it, and he'll take it for quite a while as he'll get up to midfield. A nice job there by Ellis. Everything tonight went Cedarville's way as they would score again here, and not good for Superior Central. They lose tonight in Cedarville by a final of 47-6. And the final football score of the evening, behind a 5-touchdown performance from Jake Pearson, Rapid River wins 46-22 at Engadine. Well, that's going to do it for the football portion of the Frenzy, but we still have plenty more to get to. Up next, highlights from Vandeman Arena as the NMU football team battled Lake Erie. That's next on the Frenzy. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Frenzy. The Northern Michigan University volleyball team likes playing at home. The Cats were a perfect 6-0 at Vandeman Arena as they headed into their matchup tonight against Lake Erie. NMU looked great tonight in those terrific white unis as they took it to the Storm early on. Off the dig here by Lena Lopes, Felicia Harley would set up the freshman Alexis Nelson on the right side, and the southpaw fires away for the kill. Northern had a 3-2 lead in the first set. Suzanne Solon settles the ball nicely up to Felicia Harley, goes right back to the freshman on the left side for another kill. Larson had 8 of them in the contest. Speaking of kills, Lena Lopes is quickly climbing up the Wildcats' all-time kills list as she takes care of another one here. Lopes had a game-high 13 kills, and that makes head coach Dominic Yoder one happy man. Later in the first set, Northern leading comfortably. Lopes with a terrific serve. Callie Heron at the front of the net can't quite make the block, but the ball would make its way back to her, and Callie, there's no stopping that. Heron finished the evening with 10 kills, and the green and gold cruised to a 3-set victory over Lake Erie. NMU will play at home tomorrow at 4 against Ashland. In Houghton, Michigan Tech fell in 3 sets tonight to those Ashland Eagles. Sylvie Rokosh led the Huskies with 10 kills in the match. Tech will play Lake Erie tomorrow at 4. At the UW Superior Triangular meet today, it was not good for Finlandia as they dropped both of their games 3-1 and 3-0 in those 2 games. In Wisconsin, the Marquette Royals won their first game of the 3-game set against the Central Wisconsin Saints 3-1. Marquette native Mike House had a goal in the win for the Royals. At the Des Moines, Iowa tournament, the Marquette Electricians lost both games today, 4-1 to the St. Louis Selects and 6-2 to the Ontario Avalanche.